know what? I think we're making good progress over here. No, we're doing good. We're doing good, Doing good, man. Doing great. Enjoying our coffee, watching our factory work, and wait, wait, wait. What's that? Oh, 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 okay. So you do want a series of this. Well, I guess we'll just start over then. Well, I guess there's no harm in just, well, starting fresh, right? Because why not?
Parachute. Landing phase begun. Activating retro propulsion. Integrity nominal. Omni situational exploration suit nominal. Pioneer. Acceptable.
It truly is a beautiful world out here. Well, I guess if we just avoid the obvious poison clouds. But I know exactly what I have to do because I've played this through a lot of times, but I guess we must go through the basics. Like, for example, you must equip your Xenozapper, and then the tutorial, I guess, tells you to dismantle the drop pod. And then we must locate iron, and that's where your scanner comes up. Where just scan, it's gonna show you, well, where stuff is. Oh, I guess we're gonna start fighting, right? Okay. Hello, sir. Don't mind me. Uh, don't mind me. Thank you. Oh, and here comes another one. But the game does it to go and find iron, and then you need to mine some iron to then be able to build your hub. So I guess we just go ahead and do exactly as we're told, and well, I guess this is where the crafting starts. And can you please? Okay. Thank you, voice in my head. I will do the talking, please. Thank you. Well, at this point, you guys probably wondering what the hell is Satisfactory. Well, it's basically you just go around, you get resources, you get some sort of crafting going, and you do items. Pretty much it. I guess I summed it up. Well, that's the end of the video. Bye. No, okay, not really. Well, I guess you do have to automate stuff and do tons of other things. As long with, well, doing all of these 9 tiers. I guess technically 10 because you have a tier 0, right? And the first one is asking us for 10 iron rods, and this is very simple. Just go into a crafting bench with iron ore, we just mined, and then we do it iron ingots, and then we transform the ingots into rods. Pretty simple. Oh, and tip number 1, you can hold spacebar, or not hold, I guess just press, and it will actually just auto craft this for you. I'm not pressing anything, it's just crafting on its own. Then all you have to do is just shift click the items in and upgrade the hub. There we go. It upgraded. Now you can see as in the top right, you need 20 rods and 10 plates. I guess this is easy, right? We mining. I wonder where we're gonna find diamonds. Then it's processed and shift click and we upgrade the hub again. Pretty simple. But you see, now that we even need more resources, I'm not gonna do this by hand. Now, first things first, we got a equipment workshop, and we go over here and we're gonna make ourselves a portable miner. I'm actually gonna make 2. Yeah, I'm gonna make 2. Now, they are very simple to use. Just put them on your hands. You get to, well, a designated ore spot, and you just, well, toss it in. But as these guys are mining for me, the game also tells you that you have now a biomass burner. And this is one of the most important things in the early game because this is what is going to give you power. So basically, you kind of go over here and you check what you can put in it. You can put wood, you can put leaves, and you can put mycelia. Wood and leaves is the easiest thing you can get, which is basically, well, you see a bush, pick it up. And then you put it in. And basically, it's going to give you power. Not at the moment because it has nothing to power. And what are we going to power? Well, by this point, you already have this area here, which gives you access to the smelter. And well, this is probably one of the most important parts of the game, where you're just going to hook up this bad boy, if you click on the 2 key on your keyboard, it will automatically pick up a power line. And if you have a cable, you can just connect this to your, well, furnace or power poles and stuff like that. And it's now just generating power, but it doesn't have anything to smelt. Well, now it has. And now that we have that, we can go ahead and send the items for the next hub upgrade, and boom. Now we need more. Now from here, things are just gonna start getting exponentially harder. He's gonna ask you for more and more resources, and well, different types of resources. Right now we need to come here and get limestone so we can get our hands in concrete. And another hub upgrade. And this is also the bread and butter of the game, the conveyor belts. And now that we have unlocked this, I can, well, do a lot of cool things. You see, now that we got 2 smelters, one for iron, one for copper, we can make 2 constructors, and then we can link these guys up from there to there. And then we tell this guy, well, you're gonna use the iron ingots to make iron rods, and we just give it some power, and bada bing, bada boom, they are now working. Oh, and here comes tip number 2. If you find the ore node and you look at it and it says impure, well, that's because this is a very bad one. Yes, there's 3 different tiers. You got impure, you got normal, and you got pure. And of course, a pure will always wield more items than an impure and even a normal one. For example, this one gives me, well, 1 limestone per hit. But if you find yourself a pure one and you hit it, well, this one is giving me 3 times as much. And now we just go ahead and do tier 5, I guess, well, upgrade 5. But now here comes the best thing you probably need, and that is the miner. And well, thinking about it, I'm not gonna put it here, because this is an impure. I want a pure. And now with the miner, you can just, well, put all you've collected, all the knowledge, and well, the miner will use the belts to put into a smelter. From the smelter, you take it out with another belt into a constructor, and then from a constructor, you can now put it into a storage container. And just like that, this is, well, the bulk of the game. Oh, and of course, between all that you're doing, you just have to randomly go walk somewhere and, well, find a lot of plants. And, oh, these are not actually grabbable. Oh, no. And while you're just out there roaming, you're probably gonna find these slugs, and you definitely want to pick all of these things up, because it may not seem useful, but it will be, trust me. And even this, you probably well, yes, the wildlife definitely does not like you picking up these things, but you should also pick it up. And then just after a while, we have the concrete being made here, we have iron plates being done over there, and we have copper wire being done there. Which means hub upgraded once more. And one of the first things I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swap my leaves for biomass. And you should also swap to this as fast as you can, mainly because if you take a look here, you see that the biomass has, well, a much lower burn rate than leaves. So this is gonna last you for a lot longer than, well, leaves would. And now that we unlocked tier 1, we have to grab one of the most important things so that we can then go crazy. And it's this one right here. The conveyor splitter, mergers, lifts. And now that you have the hub upgraded, every time you launch it, you will also launch this guy.
Belts can now merge, split, and lift to save space
And
and
up
enhance the
we go.
productivity of your factory.
But now we hold the keys to the kingdom and we can expand. And expand I will. But we see we need more power, and for that I unlocked myself into tier 2, the chainsaw and the saw with biofuel. You see, now with some saw with biofuel and a chainsaw, we can cut trees. And tip number 3, make yourself some automation to get solid biofuel. And this is mine. 2 containers, 1 for leaves, which you can just shift right click all your leaves into here. Shift, control shift, left click. And you can do the same with wood on this one. And of course you need to set up the constructors properly. This one for leaves and this one for wood. And they will both give you biomass, which then you put into a third one that turns biomass into solid biofuel. You then probably want to have a container here just in case something backs up in terms of biofuel. And then you just hook it up to belts, and all those belts come into splitters whenever you have a biomass burner. And then this guy that comes into this area right here will then get split into all the biomass burners that you have. Tip number 4, while you're expanding your factories and you may just want to take the items from this belt and split it into this one, you can just go ahead and grab the splitter. And if you kind of look in the direction of the belt, you can see that it kind of snaps into the belt, and it actually does snap into the belt. You kind of have to aim a little bit above the belt, and as you can see, it snaps and glides around it. And this is where you know you can actually place it and will perfectly split the items in here. And as I'm getting ready to launch the final tier 1, well, I gotta show you what I've been doing. Now this is what I have at the moment, and well, let me tell you, it's working wonderfully. Now I have pretty much everything perfectly automated except for this area right here, but we'll touch on that in a second. Basically, what I mean by perfectly automated is, for example, this miner over here has an output of 60 iron ore per minute, which means that if I come over here, I need at least 2 smelters that do 30 per minute, 30 per minute. Yes, English is hard sometimes. Which means that I'm now, well, having a perfect input of iron, and this belt should always be moving into the smelters. And out here, we then have to put 30 iron ingots into this one that produces 20 iron plates. Then we are actually dividing these ones into 15 each, 15 making 15 rods. This one is doing also 15 rods. But then we also did an extra one that basically it takes these 15s and divides it by 3. 5 there, 5 there, 5 there. Those 5 are going to connect with those 15, and then we now have 20 rods per minute. And this side we have 10 rods going into here that does me 40 screws per minute. And there's no iron being wasted. This is the core of Satisfactory, and I'm pretty proud. But I did say this one is not perfectly automated. And well, why is that? Well, you see, this guy actually consumes 45 per minute. And well, that one as well. But this single belt is only giving me, well, 60, because this is a Mark 1 belt. It only gives me 60 items per minute. So I cannot fully max out both of these at the same time. But if I had only one, it would clog up. So I have 2, and then I have a bigger output of concrete. But there's actually a little bit of a solution, because you see, even though this guy is doing 45 per minute, we can lower this, but not at the moment. You see, you will unlock the MAM, and this is, well, crazy. This is where most of the random stuff you find in the world come by. You see, you probably have a chest like this one filled with random items that you don't really know what they do. Well, they're probably for the MAM, so you should definitely come here and see if they are here in any capacity. For example, we have a lot of these hog remains, so we can research them. And we can do this with pretty much everything we have from these random junks that you find in the world. And then, well, you're gonna get a message, of course. And after the message, you can see it unlocks more stuff. For example, this one allows you to unlock the DNA capsules in more different types of biomass. And this one gives you inventory slots. This one gives you enhanced equipment slots. So this is for sure one of the things that you should always be taking a look at, because this gives you power shards. What are power shards? Well, this is overclocking for your machines. And with it unlocked, we can actually go ahead and make it to a power shard. And now that we have it as a power shard, we can keep expanding on the tree, and here we can unlock overclocking. And this is where the fun begins, because you unlocked overclocking, but you also unlocked underclocking, which means I can now tell my machine to only do 10 concrete per minute, for example. And as you can see, the input now swapped into 30 per minute. Because my machine is only running at 66.6%, it reduces the energy consumption that the machine is doing, which can help you alleviate a lot of the heavier machines later down in the line. But this basically means that now I have a perfect input of limestone to making concrete, and this machine will never just stop working. And that really helps when you're trying to control your power usage, because you don't see like these spikes in, well, not production or capacity or whatnot, but in the blue line. Because whenever no, wait, the production, wait, there's something wrong in my production. Hold on. Oh yes, it's the biomass one. The biomass one kinda gets clogged up because I don't have tier 2 belts yet. But yeah, basically you want to keep this line as, well, horizontal as possible. You don't want to have a lot of spikes, because that can sometimes jank up some stuff. And now I unlocked the awesome sink, and well, this is one of my favorite things in the game. You see, if you give this bad boy some power, he's gonna do a lot of things for you. He's gonna farm you some coupons. Well, what's some coupons? Well, if you just kill any mob and you research their things in the map, you'll eventually reach the DNA capsules, and then, well, these DNA capsules can actually be sent into the awesome sink. Now, this is not restricted to these things. You can also put like any of the items that you're making. If you just don't want them, then just send them into the awesome sink, and then it will give you coupons. Now, what are these coupons? Well, if you go to the awesome shop, you can actually spend these coupons, and there's a lot of quality of life changes here, mainly the conveyor lifts. Like these things are amazing, are very, very amazing. These signs are also very good for decoration, illumination, and all those things. And then you have more types of foundations. You may want to do these to decorate your things, but I think some of the more important ones are the walls, because you can have conveyor walls if you just want to make a building and you have like conveyors go inside of them. Well, this is the best way to actually do that. And then you have architecture, where you can have like some walkways and stuff like that. But of course, the best thing is the coffee cup. And it comes with a very good message.
And attract wasps. Unauthorized fix-it coffee cups lower your attractiveness to your preferred gender and/or your sense of well-being if you have no gender attraction or preference. Official fix-it products can be licensed for your use from official Awesome Shop installations only. Come to the best shop on the planet for the best deals on all official fix-it supplies, guaranteed.
It still amazes me how they can put like ads in a game that doesn't really have like thing. You know what I mean? This is an ad for the company that you're working for, and you're working for them, but they still want to send you ads for you to buy things. Like, come on, man. But you know what, guys? It's with my coffee at hand, and I can now enjoy the sunset while my factory is now working. And well, this is the starter of the starter factory, because next episode is actually going to be the proper starter factory. Like, this is just a resource gathering. Like, it's nothing special, actually. So yes, stay tuned for the next episode, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't, and see ya in the next one. Bye.